When you're building complex systems, there are two ways to proceed. Take the safe and sane and cautious road, or go flat out for speed. If we leave it to the bureaucrats, we'll never get to space. But turn some crazy hackers loose and see who wins the race. Let the laser launch you skyward with a hypersonic yell, and you're blasting into heaven on 1 billion watts of hell. Let committees squawk of safety, let the politicians lie. We're bound for hackers' heaven in the sky. 10G cargo launchers never were designed to lift a man, but when you're in a hurry, you'll grab any ride you can. Use a waterbed for padding, throw some algae in for air. It might not look like a spaceship, but just ask me if I care. Let the laser launch you skyward with a hypersonic yell, and you're blasting into heaven on 1 billion watts of hell. Let committees squawk of safety, and let the politicians lie. We're bound for hackers' heaven in the sky. When we reach high orbit, we'll hack around the clock with shuttle tanks and baling wire and melted lunar rock. It would take too long to balance, so to spin it we'll not try. Besides, who wants to walk when we've already dared to fly? Let the laser launch you skyward with a hypersonic yell, and you're blasting into heaven on 1 billion watts of hell. Let committees squawk of safety, let the politicians lie. We're bound for hackers' heaven in the sky. So pack up all your memories, your programs and displays. Leave the losers down on Earth to go their meek and cautious ways. Let the politicians tell them to stay safely in their beds. We'll be living out our dreams here in the sky above their heads. Let the laser launch you skyward with a hypersonic yell, and you're blasting into heaven on 1 billion watts of hell. Let committees squawk of safety, let the politicians lie. We're bound for hackers' heaven in the sky, in the sky. We're bound for hackers' heaven in the sky.
I'm going out with someone charming and kind. He's fun to be with and he's very refined. In spite of this all, I must complain, 'cause he's got a drawback that drives me insane.
He's not on the net.
Oh, I can't believe it. He doesn't have an axe, I know I can't conceive it. I still don't know how we could have met, but I'm dating a guy who is not on the net.
He's not on the net.
Ooh, I don't believe it. I want to send an email, but you can't receive it. I still don't know how we could have met, but I'm dating a guy who is not on the net. The only address that he has is a street. The guy's domain is where he sleeps and he eats. We always talk face to face or phone, because there is something that he doesn't own.
He's not on the net.
Oh, I can't believe it. He doesn't have an axe, I know I can't conceive it. I still don't know how we could have met, but I'm dating a guy who is not on the net.
He's not on the net.
Ooh, I don't believe it. I want to send an email, but you can't receive it. I still don't know how we could have met, but I'm dating a guy who is not on the net. Instead of hinting IRC, we see a movie or two. We go to dinner, play charades, and party all night through. When we put news, we read the paper, or maybe we watch the TV. We sing and play the guitar together, 'cause that's the only way he can ping me. He went to finger me and I turned bright red. The only fact that he knows is none of your business. I'm tired of having to explain why I want to go out with a guy that's mundane.
He's not on the net.
Oh, I can't believe it. He doesn't have an axe, I know I can't conceive it. I still don't know how we could have met, but I'm dating a guy who is not on the net.
He's not on the net.
Ooh, I don't believe it. I want to send an email, but you can't receive it. I still don't know how we could have met, but I'm dating a guy who is not on the net.
A long time ago, back when physicists were green, there were more kinds of theories than you've ever seen. But there wasn't any one of them that always applied, so the loveliest of theories would be unified. There was quantum mechanics, there was QED, some special and some general relativity. Statistical mechanics we could point to with pride, but the loveliest of theories would be unified. Now, Einstein was a genius, of that there's no doubt. There never was much physics that he couldn't figure out. But there was just one problem that always taxed his brain, and as the years went by, he was heard to complain. I got my quantum mechanics, got my QED, my special and my general relativity. I've got a cat, but that's irrelevant. I've tried and I've tried, but my field theories just aren't unified. Now Einstein passed on, and he came before the Lord. The Lord said, Albert, you deserve a reward. Make any one request and I'll be glad to yield. He said, oh Lord, I'd like the theory of the unified field. I got my quantum mechanics, got my QED, my special and my general relativity. But I worked upon that problem till the day that I died, and my field theories just weren't unified. Well, the Lord said, Albert, you're a very great man, but not even you could fathom my vast eternal plan. He pulled a sheet of papers out of plain thin air, and he handed them to Albert, and he said, it's all there. You got your quantum mechanics, got your QED, your special and your general relativity, mass and time and energy, gravity tied together in a theory that is unified. Well, Einstein took those pages with a trembling hand. He studied them in ecstasy, the theories were so grand. Then he peered at one equation, flipped back to page 10, sadly shook his head and sighed, wrong again. I got the quantum mechanics. Got him. Got quantum mechanics, got my QED, my special and my general relativity. But as for field theories and peace I'll abide, for the Lord himself can make one unified. So study quantum mechanics and QED, some special and some general relativity. But you might as well go hunting just as sure as you're born for a unified field theory or a unicorn.
On a chill winter's night, when the north wind blows cold, the warrior rests by the side of the road. He sets down his pack, turns his face to the skies, and watches the silver moon rise. At the edge of the clearing, a lonely wolf cries to the moon as it hangs in the black starless skies, and the warrior readies his bright ancient blade and stands now and waits in the glade. The grey wolf springs and the ancient sword sings as the battle now is joined. Hot breath on his warriors face a desperate race to strike the killing blow. A struggle on the ground without even a sound, till the warrior's blade strikes deep, and he pays no heed to the scratch that bleeds as the wolf turns tail and flees. The warrior follows the wolf's scarlet trail till he finds it at last, as its dying heart fails, and stares numb with shock at the blood on his hands, of body not wolf-like, but man's. On a chill winter's night, many days down the road, a warrior rests from the wind's bitter cold. He sets down his pack, turns his face to the skies, and waits.
restaurant, he knows exactly what he wants. It don't matter if it's linguine, tortellini, or fettuccine. It can look like little wheels or tiny poodles. It make no difference the shape of the noodles, but he see the sauce and he make them stop. It's important what's on top. Oh, dear Rasta master has to ask for special pesto on his pasta. Dear Rasta master has to ask for special pesto on his pasta. Now he say to the waiter, I no mean to disturb, but green sauce need more of my favorite herb. So for jar celebration, please get my implication. I need gratification from my mastication. Now waiter, bring a sauce that smells so sweet. The man push back his dreadlock, he start to eat. Smile on his face when the plate is clean. Show why this Jamaican like Italian cuisine. Oh, the Rasta master has to ask for special pesto on his pasta. The Rasta master has to ask for special pesto on his pasta. Yeah, the Rasta master has to ask for special pesto on his pasta. The Rasta master has to ask for special pesto on his pasta. Funiculi, funicola, funiculi, funicola, ha 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 ha.
When I was young and innocent, I hadn't any cares, and I only sang because my heart was light. But then the pusher called to me and showed me all his wares, and I fell and soon was taken by the night. Yes, I was young and innocent and didn't understand how easily a girl could go astray. He beckoned from the shadows and he whispered from the shadows and beckoned with his hand, and foolishly I paused to hear him say,
"Do you want to buy a songbook, little bird? I think you'll find the tunes aren't very hard. In fact, they're rather nice, so just take my advice. You want to buy a songbook, little bird."
So I told myself, now what harm could a songbook ever be? And I bought a small collection for my own. For surely of the tunes I'd sing no more than 2 or 3, and then I'd stop and leave the rest alone. But I sang them all, then needed more. Now what was I to do? I went searching for the pusher full of fear. I found him late that evening in a noisy, crowded room. He strummed a chord and whispered in my ear,
"Do you want to buy a songbook, little bird? I think you'll find the tunes aren't very hard. In fact, they're rather nice, so just take my advice. You want to buy a songbook, little bird."
Now the only things I care for are those printed music books, and to sing with fellow addicts late at night. And all my friends and family, well, most of my family, but all my friends and family now give me funny looks, and I'm rarely seen beneath the morning light. Yet sometimes I have ventured from those dens of filth and sin back into the world I once had known, for I must support my habit and my wallet's getting thin. And I've turned to selling songbooks of my own. So, do you want to buy a songbook, little bird? I think you'll find the tunes aren't very hard. In fact, they're rather nice, so just take my advice. You want to buy a songbook, little bird?
You're despicable.
As I waited in the crewman's lounge, I felt old memories stir, and glancing towards the windows, I saw that there you were. Your hull was scarred and battered, you had dignity and grace. You'll always be the finest ship that ever went to space. Lost love and old rival deep within the heart, we all answer to the melody of which we are a part. The tears I could not weep filled my eyes like bitter rain, and hope leapt up with longing and some half-forgotten pain. For you bore to part that hero that I once had loved in vain, and the friends I'd left unwillingly when I could not remain. Lost love and old rival deep within the heart, we all answer to the melody of which we are a part. The finest years I'd ever spent came back to me with pride, accomplished accomplishments and failures that had shaped me deep inside. You were my first assignment, he the lost love I regret. But no matter where life leads me now, I never will forget. Lost love and old rival deep within the heart, we all answer to the melody of which we are a part. Lost love and old rival deep within the heart, we all answer to the melody of which we are a part.
The three little pigs said we've nothing to fear. That big bad old wolf won't come around here. Our fences and walls are more strong than his roar. Then they heard the sound of a wolf at the door. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Big bad wolf, big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? There's a wolf at the door, wolf at the door. He eats up jobs and he wants one more, one more. The little pig bank was the finest in town, but its leveraged buyouts, they soon were blown down. But the little pig banker said, don't be afraid, the FDIC will see you're repaid. There's a wolf at the door, wolf at the door. Eats up jobs and he wants one more, one more. The little pig airline was run by a Trump till the wolf huffed and puffed it into the town dump. And the plants that made TVs and cars and PCs, they got blown sky high and they flew overseas. There's a wolf at the door, wolf at the door. Eats up jobs and he wants one more, one more. The little pig president said, we're all right. I'll scare off the wolf with my bright points of light. I'll keep taxes low and I'll stop welfare fraud. I'll protect apple pie, mommy trackers, and God. There's a wolf at the door, wolf at the door. Eats up jobs and he wants one more. He wants Bush's job. There's a wolf at the door, wolf at the door. Eats up jobs and he wants one more, one more.
We meet again, my ancient friend, my dark despair, my enemy, my love of loves that shall not end, who fills my dreams with ecstasy. Who at my side in ages gone did tread Atlantis ere it fell, whose burning beauty dims the dawn and dams the line twixt heaven and hell. Then think you to escape me now, though I may die and you may flee. I'll burn desire upon thy brow and carve the sky with praise of thee. And fly on every guile and gleam great the risk and greater prize. I see it has no earthly name, and wells of flame within your eyes. My dark despair, my ancient friend, who fills my dreams and destiny, my love of loves that shall not end, my dearly cherished enemy.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria, Alleluia. Filky is such exciting music, join the chorus or two. Filky is such exciting music, Filky is always something new. Filky is such exciting music, join the chorus or two. Filky is such exciting music.
Before I throw you out that door, I'd really
message through. I don't want your hand, don't want your heart, don't want no part of you. You said I was your everything, your passion, your dream. You swore that you would never leave my side. You fawned on me and called me till you made me want to scream. And now you claim I've hurt your precious pride. Well, yeah, I bought an Uzi and a Doberman or two. But why are you offended, dear? I did it all for you. What I do to make you leave me? What can I say to make you go? Before I throw you out that door, I'd really like to know. 'Cause there's gotta be some way I can get that message through. I don't want your hand, don't want your heart, don't want no part of you. Is that a good follower?
Good evening, class, and welcome to History 2001. Please turn your notebooks to a clean sheet and put today's date at the top. Listen carefully and take good notes. This will be on the test. Gilgamesh, Odyssey, Beowulf, Mallory, Don Quixote, Gulliver, Midsummer Night's Dream, Dante, Virgil, Thomas More, Micromegas, Locksley Hall, Arthur Conan Doyle, Beer Cyrano's Scheme, Mary Shelley, H.G. Wells, Jules Verne, Weird Tales, Lovecraft, L. Frank Baum, Death Ray, Atom Bomb, Dracula, Peter Pan, Christmas Carol, Wonderland, Edgar Rice, Edgar Poe, Dr. Jekyll, Flatland. We didn't start the writing from the Viking Eddas to the new bestsellers. We didn't start the writing, though we cannot stop it, we can try to top it. Tom Swift, George Millier, Ryder Haggard, Argosy, Astounding Stories, Wonder Stories, E. Doc Smith, Muscovitz, R.U.R., Cavalry, Pellucidar, Flashbuck, Gernsback, Pulp Without a Pith, Derleth C. McHamilton, C.L. Moore, Williamson, Chauncey Campbell, Manly Wellman, Asimov, Superman, Bradbury, Heinlein, Brave New World, Wollheim, Orson Welles, Martian Tales, Terror on the Airtime. We didn't start the writing from the Viking Eddas to the new bestsellers. We didn't start the writing, though we cannot stop it, we can try to top it. Galaxy, King Kong, Puppetoon, Worldcon, Middle Earth, Frederick Pohl, Weapon Shops, Nightfall, Arthur Clarke, Stanislaw, Damon Knight, Sturgeon's Law, Narnia Foundation, The Star's My Destination. Cold Equations, Rogue Moon, Fahrenheit 451, Andre Norton Lottery, Mission of Gravity, Twilight Zone, Silverberg, Tomorrowland, River World, Vonnegut, Algernon, Alpha Ralpha Ellison. We didn't start the writing from the Viking Eddas to the new bestsellers. We didn't start the writing, though we cannot stop it, we can try to top it. Chip Delaney, Spin Rad, Stranger in a Strange Land, World Well Lost, Doctor Who, Philip K. Dick, Dune, Clockwork Orange, Ursula, Gordy Dixon, Nebula, Star Trek, Tesseract, Peter Beagle, Steel Rat, Stanley Kubrick's Odyssey, Dreams Become Reality, Lunar Sands, Eagle Land, Space is finally in our hands. We didn't start the writing from the Viking Eddas to the new bestsellers. We didn't start the writing, though we cannot stop it, we can try to top it. Larry Niven, Logan's Run, Omni Magazine Begun, Soylent Green, Terry Carr, Callahan's Dark Star, Farley, Tiptree, McIntyre, Star Wars Sets the House of Fire, Alien Strikes in the Dark, Indiana Finds the Ark, C.J. Sherry, Repo Man, Barlow's Guide, Wrath of Khan, Cyberpunk, Bridge of Birds, Benford Bear, Wild Cards, Handmaid's Tale, Alienation, Star Trek The Next Generation, SF Since the Days of Yore, Not Enough, I Want Some More. We didn't start the writing from the Viking Eddas to the new bestsellers. We didn't start the writing, though we cannot stop it, we can try to top it. We didn't start the writing.
I'd come to rest in my office, beat. I'd been making a pitch to a prospective client, and he told me I didn't measure up. Tell you, if business didn't get more octave in a hurry, I'd go baroque. Soon after that, I'd be out on the street like some oboe. I was about to go into hiding, but there was a rap on the door. Tell me how many dollars I owe you, and I'll pay you in due chorus, fella, I called. Then the door opened, and it was no him. She was beautiful enough to be a king's consort, but with plenty of brass. I gasped. Her sex appeal would win any man. Are you D.C. Fine? She asked. Yeah, I said, but you can call me Al. Jazz, tell me what your problem is, darling, and soon I'll be clarinet up. Hold it, she said. I know the score, and I'm not interested in sleazy overtures from some cheap operetta. Yeah, I said, it doesn't take a GNS to figure that out. So, duet do I owe the pleasure? She handed me a note. It had her name on it, Grace. It was written in an herbal scented ink. It was a time signature. She said, "This is a private matter, Mr. Fine, if you get my meaning." I smiled. They say the waltz have ears, but no need to fret. I tone Gavat confidential information. Now tell me, what are you looking for? An unfaithful beau? The cure for some melody? The lost chord, she said. Yeah, right, I said. Where's it hidden this time? The tempo of doom? Among legends, the lost chord stands alone. Its healing powers are reputed to be so great that an amputee once had a leg grow back. Every once in a while, somebody decides to poke around looking for it. Now, Grace's Czerny was alto familiar to me, and I wanted no part of it. The chord is real, Mr. Fine, she said, violins in her eyes, and ere long it will be mine. Just then, something sharp flew in through the window. We both dove for the floor when it went flat. On her, it didn't look natural. I knew it, she said, getting up. Word is out, and now someone is on to me like a bird of prey, like an eagle or hawk. Orchestral, I added. The knife was aimed at me, a daily occurrence I'd come to refer to as cut time. But I decided to string her along for a while. I liked the fact that she didn't turn to cello when the going got rough. Besides, I figured I could conduct her around town for a while and end up with a jingle in my pocket. I took a look at the other side of the note, looking for familiar places. It was a sight reading. A double read told me nothing. So I said, well, maybe someone's tried to code a message here with these symbols. Let's roll out and see my old friend Rock. I took her to a bar I know down by Key Largo. It's called Front of the Stage. It's a real pit. A treble spot where the staff would as soon throw you off a clef as look at you. Saying, "Excuse me, I have to get through," and giving no quarter, I made my way to the bar in about 30 seconds. Horning in next to some guy whose breath should have been banned, I asked him if he'd seen Rock. He said, "Oh." I knew then he'd come to tie one on. He was really slurring. I ordered a beer, Bach, of course, slipped a tenner across the counter, and asked the bartender if she'd seen Rock. "Sure thing, Anthem," she said. "He's in back." I bought a fifth to take with us. As we walked back, I heard Grace mutter, "I've never met so many bass types in one place." When we got back there, well, Rock didn't folk around and didn't try to cheer her up. "You've been snared," he said, "by a fake." Grace looked shickly, but recovered PDQ. "No," she yelled and jumped up, spilling her glass of harp. In one movement, she pulled a gun and fired. fell, and, well, I knew the jig was up. You know, life takes some funny turns, kid, I said as I took the gun from her. You and me, well, could have been sweet between us. But now you're going to Sing Sing.
Why should I sit and sigh all alone and weary? Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, boineronik. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, duradan. When I see the plover rising o'er the curlew wheeling, then I know my mortal lover back to me is stealing. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, boineronik. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik. Down the valley, ilka sound with down sets my heart a thrillin'. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, boineronik. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, duradan. Oh, but there is something wanting all the time a weary. Come, my blithe and bonny lad, come o'er the hill to cheer me. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, boineronik. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, duradan. My heart a thrillin'. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, boineronik. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, duradan. Oh, but there is something wanting all the time weary. Come, my blithe and bonny lad, come o'er the hill to cheer me. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, boineronik. Ha mi skis milum hin, boineronik, duradan.
Paper is white and the CRT is green. Many's the time my program I have seen. Many's the hour I've worked on it alone. It's small, but it's daily growing. My program is almost 90% done. I've been working all year, and it's no longer fun. The deadline's next week, but I'm going to overrun. It's big and it's daily growing. The deadline is past, another year is through. I wonder when I'll finish, my boss is wondering too. I think I've bitten off much more than I can chew. It's huge and it's daily growing.
Father often told me when I was was just a lad. A sailor's life was very hard, the food was always bad. But now I've joined the Navy, I'm on board a man of war. And now I found a sailor ain't a sailor anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Well, the killick of our mess, he says we've had it soft. It wasn't like this in his day when he was up aloft. We like our bunks and sleeping bags, but what's a hammock for? Swinging from the deckhead or lying on the floor. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Well, they gave us an engine that first went up and down. Then with more technology, the engine went around. We know our steam and diesel, but what's a main yard for? A stoker ain't a stoker with a shovel anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Well, they gave us a notice lamp so we can do it right. They gave us a radio, we signal day and night. We know our codes and ciphers, but what's a semaphore? A bunting tosser doesn't toss the bunting anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. 2 cans of beer a day, and that's your bleeding lot. Now we get an extra one because they stopped the tots. So we'll put on our civvy clothes and find a pub ashore. A sailor's still a sailor, just like he was before. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore.
She's got a real soft laugh and a great pair of hands that can do a whole lot more than open doors and cat food cans. She strokes me till I purr. She's got my needs down pat. My lady's only human, but she sure knows how to please a cat. I get chicken for my breakfast, beef or lamb when I sup. There's always milk or cream I wouldn't dream of throwing up. I bring her all my kills, I could tell she liked the rat. My lady's only human, but she sure knows how to please a cat. I'm a shed and shaggy tabby, but it doesn't bother her. She just bought a chair and sofa that exactly match my fur. She wears me-colored mohair, can't see no hair on that. My lady's only human, but she sure knows how to please this cat. She puts catnip on my pillows so I'm mellow when I wake. She cleans my cat box weekly so I make no rude mistakes. She's so lucky to be working for a true aristocrat. My lady's only human, but she sure knows how to please a cat. This one's true. She cut a hole in the door that was just about my size. Now I can meet my feline friends to fight or fraternize. And coons and skunks and tomcats come in to eat and chat. My lady is only human, but she sure knows how to please a cat.
And a skunk. Couple of bosses.
Hey, Tom came in one evening and he swept me off my paws. We sported and cavorted in the grip of primal cause. But I begat no competition, The vet had seen to that. My lady's only human, but she sure knows how to please the cat. My lady's only human, but I taught her how to please her cat.
Out where the ocean is empty and wild, and the satellites watch from the sky, there's a few who remember her name and her run. When the wind-driven waves run high, Waverider was her name. Waverider was her name. She was the fastest ever to sail the seas. Waverider was her name. She was a 40-foot trimaran, knife-edge key, built for one purpose alone, to dance on the face of the mightiest waves and to steal their speed for her own. Joe, for the fastest clipper ships that ever did sail, could hold 28 knots, they say, but the great long wind-driven deep-sea waves roll 1,000 miles in a day. Joe Spanos built her hull, her mast, and her sails that would dance on the lightest breeze. That Spanos built her senses, her voice, and her brain, that she could learn and speak of the seas. And at 62 knots on 100-foot wave, she made her run beneath that clear blue sky, till a gust took her mast down to touch the sea. She cartwheeled and tried to fly. She cartwheeled and Beth Spanos died. Waverider was her name. Waverider was her name. She was the fastest ever to sail the seas. Waverider was her name. Joe Spanos, he lived, he built her anew. It took a year, but he made her whole, with titanium and glass in her hull and her mast, and Beth in her voice and her soul. When they put her overside, Joe boarded alone. They took the heading that the satellites gave, and he sat at the tiller with her voice in his ear, and said, "Baby, now pick us a wave." Well, the first wave rose like a steel gray wall. The second wave stood high, but the third wave rose to block the sun. Waverider, she said, and for 21 hours they rode that wave, the grandfather of them all, 200 feet from crest to trough, and 1,000 miles to fall. Until, Captain, she said, the world's come down, the satellites see it plain. Grandpa's beating the bottom and he'll break too soon. We've got to come back and try it again. They say we'll come back and try it again. Joe said, "Baby, how much time have we got?" She said, "Joe, we could finish the run, but we'd never get clear." He said, "Hell with that, we're gonna finish what we've begun. By God, we'll finish what we've begun." And in a hell of white water and spray. She said, Captain, about 24 hours are done. 68 knots for the day. 68 knots, being speed for the day. But the brakes rolling down on us at 50 knots. The crest is too steep and too high. Joe said Grandpa's been patient now, long enough. Oh baby, it's a good day to die. Oh Beth, it's a good day to die. Waverider was her name. Waverider was her name. She was the fastest ever to sail the seas. Waverider was her name. Waverider they found with her hull stripped bare, her mast and her fittings clean gone. And they put her on display and they patched her scars. And they sold her and said she'd sail on. But the Waverider never was a rich man's toy. She broke her moorings in a night's black storm, cut her hulls on a reef and a mile deep fell, and the waves forever keep her from harm. And the waves forever keep her from harm. But out where the oceans are empty and wild, and the satellites watch from the skies, there's a few who remember her name and her run. When the wind-driven waves run high. When the wind-driven waves run high.
Issued me my tunic and the color is blood red. And every time I close my eyes I see an open tomb. They told me to report to the transporter room. I am in trouble, I'm security. I am in trouble, I'm security. We've been down to the planet with our weapons set on stun. I know my tour is over quite before it has begun. The doctor, the first officer, the captain, that makes three, the engineer and Sulu, and the other one is me. I am in trouble, I'm security. I am in trouble, I'm security. I hope I can survive all this, but I don't have much hope. The aliens are charging and the captain's such a dope. He thinks if we charge back, it will surprise them and we'll win. I'm crouched here waiting for his signal to begin. I am in trouble, I'm security. I am in trouble, I'm security. I've got a bright idea now, if only it will work. If I can be the one behind our crazy Captain Kirk. I'm ready and determined, and my phaser's set to kill. I'll get him in the back as we charge down the hill. I am in trouble,
When I go to sleep, I never count sheep. I count all the charms about Linda. And lately it seems, in all of my dreams, I walk with my arms about Linda. But what good does it do me? For Linda doesn't know that I exist. Can't help feeling gloomy, thinking of all the loving I have missed. We meet on the street, my heart skips a beat. I say to myself, hello Linda. If only she'd smile, I'd stop her a while, and then I would get to know Linda. But if miracles still happen, when my lucky star begins to shine, with one lucky break, I'll make Linda mine.